a member of parliament, yes, a position he has held since 2013. He's none other than Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. My special guest right here on the award-winning personality show Star Chat, here on Starr FM, live in Kumasi on Ultimate FM, and in Takrady on Empire FM. We're streaming live on starfm.com.
3.5 FM.
Welcome, Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm fine. Thank you very much, Bola Ray. Good to see you.
How have you been? I can see
been
that
a long time.
Long time. Yes. I can see you rushed into the studios.
Yes.
Coming from
the Constituency.
The
yes.
Constituency.
Yes. I was in Mefe and Kizito displaced camp. I had promised my teachers a special package today. So we had planned this earlier in the week. So when your invitation came, I said, no, I have to. So I was in Parliament yesterday for the budget, stayed this morning for Her Excellency Teresa Kufuor's funeral. Right. And let me renew my condolences to former President Kufuor and the entire family and the MPP fraternity. So I did 2 hours in that funeral and then rushed to the constituency to launch the initiative. I'm calling it the MP's rent support for displaced teachers and staff of the district office.
Wow, so you launched an initiative today?
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Which cost me 100,000 cedis. We have 167 teachers, professional teachers, and staff of the education office who have been displaced. So they were affected by the VR-induced floods.
167
teachers? Yes. And
it means that education has been curtailed or brought to a standstill, right?
I mean, you know that we have 21 displaced camps in schools. All these camps are in schools. The Mefe and Kizito Secondary School is a displaced camp, the biggest displaced camp where you have more than 1,500 displaced persons. All the other camps, like Betikpo, DA School, Bato, DA School, Presby, DA School, the RC school in Mefe. So 21 of these schools are serving as displaced camps now. But we've done the data. We've noticed that 167 teachers are severely affected, and a lot of them left town. You can understand they had to just flee, come to Accra and other places where they could find succor. And so we are now trying to attract them to come back. And this latest initiative is to get all of them to access this fund. We don't want to leave the teachers behind. We want them to know we appreciate their sacrifices. And a lot of them helped in rescuing, the children when the flood waters came before they had to leave town themselves. And that also served as institutions to, really safeguard transparency and accountability in a crisis such as this.
But NADMO is there. They can set a wing or a body or a desk.
Yeah, but you see, NADMO is serving the central government. They have tried to coordinate. So at the district assembly office, they have a coordination point. But to the extent that we are the elected officials, and you see, NADMO is coming from outside, coming from the capital, coming from Accra. And people are more comfortable in donating to the Member of Parliament because they know that we are on the ground. We are more accountable to the people. And if you fail to do your work, you will be punished at the poll. The people don't really know the NADMO officials. And NADMO sent the Deputy Director General, Sergi Sachmo, who, I must commend him, stayed with us for about 3 weeks. I've been in the constituency for about 6 weeks now.
So you single out NADMO for praise, that they've done very well in this situation?
Yes, they have done their best, even though they have been under-resourced. They have a resource challenge. So what I did, remember I was making the point about how we don't have structures that really can handle such a crisis situation.
Right.
So immediately I set out to create the structures. So in North Tongu, we have created what we call the Accountability Elders Council.
Wow.
So we have the chiefs, we have prominent elders who are serving on this council, and they are present at every donation. If you have observed, there is no donation that has come to North Tongu which is received privately in the dark.
All
or
in the
my
open.
office. It's all in the open. I actually make it's a must. You must come to any of the displays camps. We call a DEBA. The victims will be there to see the items. You read out openly what you have brought, the quantities.
So you set that up.
Yes,
it's not
I set
coming
that
from
up. No, it's
the
not.
DC
It's
or
not,
the minister.
No, it's not in the assembly bylines. It's not in the constitution. It's not. I had to just set it up so that to protect everybody and to also give confidence.
Yes.
And look, we all know the state of this economy. If people are donating not because they don't know what to do with their money or they have extra to just throw around, they want to be sure that these donations will directly go to the people and will impact their lives positively, will help at least ameliorate their plight. So you must have structures, you must have integrity, you must have systems for accountability and transparency. So we have the Accountability Elders Council. It's a 7-member council. You have chiefs there from the Mefe Traditional Council, the Bato Traditional Council, Fujoku, Togom, and Volu Traditional Council. It is chaired by Professor Neche Afedo, who is a social work expert. Is done, similar relief.
Destroyed.
Totally destroyed, submerged, and then damaged. Unfortunately, rural Ghana, a lot of the homes are clay
mud,
mud houses. So underwater for a few hours, they'll all crumble. Wow. So it's a nightmare. And then 53 schools have been totally destroyed. We just did the latest, data analysis, and we have counted 53 schools.
This is a very serious situation.
It's very, very serious. It's a catastrophe. And I have here, I'm glad you asked me about how we are documenting. I have here the latest count. Remember that 2 weeks ago, I posted how many have donated so far. It was 100 as at 3rd November. Now, as at today, the last group being the women's wing of the Assemblies of God Church, we have 156. And we have a team that is always updating, and nobody is left behind. I wish there is time to run through this list quickly, but
no, give it to us. We'll publish it online.
Okay, great.
For you exclusively. We'll do just that.
Great. But, and I want to just take a moment,
please do,
to celebrate Ghanaians. To be honest with you, Bola Ray, I have been so moved by the generosity, the compassion of Ghanaians. We've always known we are nice people, we are warm, Ghanaians are hospitable, but I have experienced it. As we say on the streets, Fili Gadochi.
That's right.
I'm just lost for words.
Experience.
First hand. I mean, the people just call you, look, we are in your constituency, where are you?
Wow.
I mean, you don't have to call anybody, beg anybody. I mean, people are just pouring in. Your own group, EIB,
That's
out
right.
in the constituency one day, they called me, hey, Honorable, where are you?
We're
we
there.
are here with
COA.
With COA.
Yes, COA plus mixture.
We are COA
That's
plus
right.
mixture.
Right.
And the professor himself drove all the way from Cape Coast.
Professor Duncan, correct?
Yes, Professor Duncan. I was so moved, and the churches, the foundations, corporate Ghana, and their CEOs themselves. I mean, look at engineers and planners.
Ibrahim Mahama was there.
He didn't only do a large 4-track donation. He also decided that he will come back, because we took him around and he said, no, my engineers can help, because the water levels still high after 3 weeks and they were not receding. So he said, look, you need an engineering solution. So he sent over his engineers and they helped with dredging.
Wow.
For free.
For free?
For free. I mean, not a penny, not a peso. Look, he even said that, look, the hotel accommodation, for all you have to do, show them which hotel they are going to sleep. We'll take care of the bill. Mawum's construction. A number of roads had been cut off, so we couldn't send relief items to the displaced camps. They just called me and said, look, we are seeing on TV all these roads that have been cut off. We are ready. My team is moving.
And they moved there.
And they moved in. And they are still there 2 weeks now.
What's the name of the company? Let's celebrate them.
Mawum's Construction.
Tell
them that, look, if you are a leader in a community and thousands of your people are displaced, how can you sleep?
How can you sleep?
What kind of conscience do you have? I mean, if your people are in classrooms, no mattresses, no kitchens, no toilets, no bedrooms, no showers. A year ago, and we helped them raise capital. is all washed away. Everything, all the fish cages are gone. Everything is gone.
But Honorable, you know what?
It's a terrible situation.
Right.
So you cannot, be yourself. That is why you've noticed that there've been a number of times in Parliament when people try to make light of the situation, try to even add lights and all of that. I just lose my cool because you see, I have never seen anything like this in my lifetime. Never. And to become a refugee in your own country, your own hometown, the land of your birth, and then you are living in destitution, total squalor. You have nothing at all, from hero to zero. Wow. From grace to grass, absolutely nothing. Overnight. So certainly, we'll talk about the displaced people and what you're doing as well. Already we have messages coming in and many saluting you, like I said earlier, that, look, you've done a yeoman's job. I know there's a lot more to do. But some relief here as well. Yesterday, the finance minister made you the focus of attention with pictures from the visit, to Mepe, to access the impact of the dam spillage in the budget presentation. Were you surprised by how you were spotlighted? I've become the face of this disaster, isn't it? And my constituency is the epicenter. If you look at the data, according to NADMO, about 30,000 people are displaced across the country.
Right.
But we have 12,633. We are the worst affected constituency. And so I'm not surprised that I've become, the center of attraction. I hope that it was not done with mischievous intentions.
Oh, but how can it be
because
why do you say so?
Because, there was an earlier debate in Parliament where a colleague of mine, we call him OPK,
right.
The Impriso MP, right, had sought to suggest that I received the finance minister's donation directly. When that didn't happen.
But you came out to debunk that.
Yes, I debunked it. But he was still, insisting and persistent. When the facts are clear, the finance minister entered my constituency, went to the assembly first, made his donation there to the DCE. We were at the Mefesa Nkizito displaced camp with the chiefs waiting for him. By the time he arrived, he had made those donations already. So we didn't see the donations. As I speak to you, I've still not received any item. And after he made his presentation, I also spoke at the DEBA and I said, look, I'm looking forward to 2 items in the budget: resettlement and compensation. Yes, we appreciate the relief items, but my people cannot continue living in classrooms for the rest of their lives. When that happens, the children cannot have their schools back, and their education is affected. But
Honorable Okudzeto, there's been an allocation of 220 million cedis for affected persons for the dam.
So I'm coming to that.
Should we be happy with that?
So it's important to clarify this, that I have not received any personal donation from the finance minister. Okay. And I hope that those pictures and the focus was not to create the impression as if, because if you look at the pictures carefully, it was when I was taking him round on a tour, showing him the level of devastation. And really, he was shocked. He told me that the media had not even captured fully. Yes.
He told you that?
He told me. And he repeated it in the budget speech yesterday, that he was totally shocked. He couldn't believe the level of devastation. So I am glad, and I have commended the government publicly, and I want to repeat that, that for the relief phase, the allocation they have made of 220 million, it is a commendable act. If you look at the level of devastation, and if you look at how so many people
Starr
have lost everything just because of the negligence, and I insist, the negligence of the VRA, we cannot just leave them and abandon them to be on their own. We must reach out for them. And there's a reason why we have a government, why we pay taxes to a government. It is in times like this that we must feel that our governments are there and they are there for us. So that allocation is commendable. However, I have added a caveat that as an experienced member of parliament, I know there's a world of difference between an allocation and an actual release. So, yes, this is the
Allocation.
We commend them. But we are following keenly to be sure that when this budget is approved by 21st or 22nd December and we enter January, they will work expeditiously to actually release the... Yes, we all commend government for the allocation, for paying attention, but let us not say that then it means we are okay. We are not okay. We are not fine. My people are not out of the woods. The 1,500 houses that have been damaged, it doesn't mean that this announcement automatically gives them a place to sleep. They are still in the classrooms. Even tonight, as we speak, we still need the support. Then I must also say that government made clear in the finance minister's statement that there are other outstanding matters. This 220 million, they say, is just for the relief phase. But then they indicate that the restoration phase, which will have to deal with resettlement and compensation, very important items. They say that they have sent an application to the World Bank and that they are hoping that the World Bank will respond positively. So it is those funds that will be used for the restoration phase, for resettlement and for compensation. So we are also watching that keenly, and we hope that the World Bank will respond positively. But government should be telling us, just in case the World Bank does not respond positively,
what's the fallback plan?
What is the fallback plan? You still have an obligation to the people. People have lost their homes, lost their properties, lost their livelihoods, their farms, fish ponds, everything. You must certainly help them to get their lives back on track and to put body and soul together. So I am going to keep the advocacy, keep the agitation, keep the monitoring, until such a point that either the World Bank is coming through or the government has a plan B to make sure that our people are taken care of.
Many conspiracy theories have been made about the dam spillage, which is a man-made disaster. Do you think, with how the situation was handled, there is enough reason to believe, and you just alluded to that earlier, that something ulterior may have affected this, how it was handled? Because there's a grand plan. Many have said, I read on social media, and some even have actually extended the conversation, said, it's to reduce voter population in the area, which is an NDC stronghold and all of that. Do you believe that there's a sinister motive to this?
To be very honest with you, the first day Parliament resumed on the 31st of October, I read a statement highlighting the plight of my people, and I demanded a full-scale parliamentary inquiry. Fortunately, the Speaker and colleagues were on all fours with me, and the Speaker has announced, he's ruled emphatically, that there will be a probe. Okay. I have always been clear in my mind that something went amiss.
Really?
The VRA has been spilling since 1966. That's when they did their first spillage. Their last spillage was in 2010. Last major spillage was in 2010. The question that arises is, how come we have never seen this level of devastation, this level of destruction? Because all the previous spilling that was done, it was done gradually. It followed a certain orderliness, a certain program. I am not an engineer, but all the engineers I've spoken to, the retirees from VRA I've spoken to, the insiders I've spoken to, tell me that there is a way that the spillage can be done. If it is done over many weeks and is done gradually, as has been the case between 1966 and 2010, where we didn't see this level of devastation. We've all in our life, when did we see this catastrophe?
But government has come out to say that the VRA handled the situation well under the circumstance.
No. You see, if this had been a norm, this had been the tradition where anytime VRA spills, or if it had been the case that this is the first time VRA is spilling, and so nobody knows matter. And you see, I get very emotive about this. This, to be very honest with you and brutally frank with you, is not a natural disaster. It's not a tsunami or some hurricane which has taken us by surprise. Even that, now with modern technology, meteorologists are able to, predict, track, and all of that. But, you can say that some natural disaster. This one, you are deciding as VRA officials that on this day, we want to open the floodgates at this time. And you don't think that you should give all of us ample notice. As I speak to you as Member of Parliament for North Tongu, do you know that nobody called me from VRA?
Nobody has called you from VRA.
Nobody.
Are you telling? Really?
I'm telling you the truth. That's why I get very emotional about this.
Nobody has called you from VRA to sit down.
Nobody. Not before, not during the disaster. So they took us by surprise, and that is why people couldn't salvage anything.
The Minister for Sanitation says there were ample warnings. They've gone out with education and sensitization.
You noticed that when she was exposed and there was such a backlash, she then did a U-turn and said she has been taken out of context. I have been asking them, if you did sensitization, give us the date. When? Show the invitation letters. Who was in attendance?
Oh no, but you said it just happened.
It just happened. They took us by surprise. Look. I was watching BBC the last time. Iceland. They say that there's going to be, and that's even a natural disaster, some volcano or something of the sort. They've given them notice. Everybody is evacuating. They are guiding them. They have showed them where to go to. We live in a country where government leaders owe citizens a duty of care. They must ensure that they protect life and property. The oath of office which our leaders have sworn to, they know that you cannot just be so negligent, just decide that you are going to just jeopardize the lives of people. What you do in this situation is that inform all the key stakeholders. Let them know that this is what is going to happen. You yourself must then take active steps. I asked a question, where did they prepare for my people to relocate to? If the sanitation minister said we ask the people to move to where? Where did you prepare? So what will have happened? And this is no, it's a no-brainer. It's no rocket science. What you do as responsible leaders is that you prepare a safe haven, a proper safe haven, not these classrooms they are calling safe haven. Then you give the people notice. You must even do forced evacuation, where you make sure you come to the ground, ensure that everybody has relocated to where you have prepared. A safe place, higher ground. You urge them to take their valuables, what matters most, and then they relocate to that prepared place. That's what happens everywhere in every other jurisdiction where, they value human lives, they value human rights, they respect the people. That is what is done. That's what is done. How on earth did VRA just open the floodgates without engaging the people, without telling us that this is the arrangement we have done? And you see, the opening of these floodgates, Bola, it has national security implications. VRA will not take this decision without cabinet. They need a presidential approval. Cabinet must approve this because it has national security considerations. It also has implications for food security. That enclave is the food basket of our country. Our rice, our maize, our mangoes, pepper, onions, vegetables, name them, is all from that enclave. So you have heard that after the fact, now the Agric minister is worried, and he says that he is trying to mobilize some $40 million to help farmers in that enclave. All of this could have been prevented. As I speak to you, my Aveyime rice farmers, their pump station was totally submerged, destroyed.
Now, the minister, we can experience some food shortage.
Yes, we have to stand by for food shortage. Food inflation is going to go up. Already, food inflation is a reason why our inflation is hyper. It's going to get worse. Then there's also a public health implication. Now all those waters are contaminated. The water we drink here is from those places. Boom, it's all contaminated. The diseases that the Ghana Medical Association has recorded, the typhoid, the cholera, it can easily lead to an epidemic. All of this was avoidable, totally avoidable. So if you look at the deep consequences, the frightening ramifications, you should have seen a better preparedness plan in motion, where cabinet, the president, look, there should have even been a national address where all of you in the media, key media stakeholders, will have been apprised, and then we'll start public education. We'll make sure that people have moved from harm's way. And you see, what a lot of people are losing sight of is that all of these displaced persons have done absolutely nothing to deserve this. They are paying a price so that all of us will have electricity. Because VRA has stated clearly, and the energy minister has repeated that, and we all agree to that, that if they didn't spill, the dam will break, and we would not have a dam. It means we won't have electricity, particularly as is two dams, Akosombo Dam and Pond Dam. So more than 80% of our electricity supply will be out. So we know that they had to spill, but it is how they went about it. Right. But you see, my people are bearing the brunt so that all of us will have the lights on. So all they ask for is a little respect.
Right.
Let us value their lives. Let us value their lives' earnings and show empathetic leadership. All we should have done is that, look, we will be opening the floodgates on this day. Man-made. We are human beings who are going to, we know the date we have set. Now we have come to evacuate you. You remember they keep talking about simulation. They did simulation in May. When they came to do that simulation, even though they didn't invite me, what my assembly members have told me is that they came with military, NADMO, police, fire service.
Starr
And
3.5
they told them
FM.
that if they will ever spill, all these people will be there. Do you know that when the D-Day came for spilling, the military was nowhere to be found? NADMO wasn't there. Police, fire service.
It's interesting. I want for you to pause on that. We're going for a short break to acknowledge our sponsors. When we come back, more on this, the National Cathedral, and then also we'll get to talk about, Presec, Legon, and other things, that we really want to delve into. But a big thank you to our proud sponsor, MTN. Everywhere you go. It's also in association with Haptel. Haptel is everything you. A big thank you to Koa Plus Mixture. Thank you to Tabia. We'll be right back, right here on Starr FM. My name is Bola Ray, and our guest is right here. I know he's on fire. We'll come back for more right here on Star Chat.
Hey, Ma, the way you're always getting alerts these days, I won't be surprised to hear that you have gotten a Momo for Business account by my next visitor.
Oh, I'm already on Momo for Business.
Since when?
Since. Now, it's easy to apply for a merchant SIM. All you need is a registered MTN number, your business certificate, your Ghana card, and you are good to go.
Sir.
You think you are the only one who knows what's up, eh? Look, I just dialed *5051#, selected register, and the region I was requesting the SIM from, and waited for my SMS with my reference number. You can even go...
Tabia takum, wedi a mema yedro no, a me nya hoden, ene hoden ye, aye mema dro, enu ti na barma bia hia bi no, aye mema dro ma barma bia wedi mfie di wotwe ko. Bi opedi du etu aton bia, enko chemical shops, pharmaceuticals, ene herbal shops bia. E wo Ghana hanum be bia. Anase frey, e wo 0243 686861, ana 0245 749206.
FD ajisa etwodi nkacho ya tu.
Kaise tabia takum ye, mema bia ye takum.
Hey, Ma, the way you're always getting alerts these days, I won't be surprised to hear that you have gotten a Momo for Business account by my next visitor.
Oh, I'm already on Momo for Business. Oh.
Since when?
Since. Now, it's easy to apply for a merchant SIM. All you need is a registered MTN number, your business certificate, your Ghana card, and you are good to go.
Sir.
You think you are the only one who knows what's up, eh? Look, I just dialed *5051#, selected register, and the region I was requesting the SIM from, and waited for my SMS with my reference number. You can even go online at momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh and complete the details for an even better experience.
Hey, Grandma Momo.
Sign up for Momo for Business the easy and simple way. Just visit momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh or dial *5051# and follow the prompts and be on your way to owning a Momo business account today for free. MTN.
Bola Ray.
Bola Ray.
Bola Ray.
Bullets.
Bola Ray.
Right, so we time just about some 10 minutes to hit 80 on Star Chat. My name is Bola Ray, and our guest for today, the MP, Honorable MP for North Tongu, is here, and none other than Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. Honorable, welcome back. And we have lots of messages for you here. Of course, resignations, vindicated your advocacy on the matter.
Let me state right from the outset that I'm still a Christian. I'm not an atheist. I'm not a pagan. There have been attempts to malign me and to create the impression that the opposition to the National Cathedral is something that is born out of, if you like, a certain anti-Christian, doctrine or dogma. None of that. People must understand that as a member of parliament, particularly within a democratic arrangement of checks and balances, our duty is that whatever is brought to parliament or you hear is
Starr
happening
103.5
with your
FM.
resources, your taxes, you must carry out financial due diligence. What is called oversight, parliamentary oversight, is enshrined in the Constitution. That is our fundamental duty. So as lawmakers, we have an obligation to make sure that the public purse is being well managed. So when the president announced, this background is important. The president announced that he had made a personal pledge to God and that he has told the Almighty that if he helps him win, he will build a cathedral in his honor. That was a pledge, personal pledge to God. They then assured us that they won't use public funds. I remember even the Archbishop Duncan Williams going public and taking Ghanaians on that. Why is all that criticism? We are not using your taxes. We are not using your money. So those who are opposed to this, please be quiet. If you have observed, at the time this matter was personal pledge, I didn't criticize it. I didn't say that. I didn't question the president's personal pledge to God, because I'm also a man of faith. When I go into elections, for example, my last election, I made a personal pledge that if I meet my targets, I wanted to win by a particular margin. And I wanted to be the MP in Ghana who has won with the widest margin.
Oh.
And that happened.
You set out to do that.
Yes, I got the widest victory margin in the country. My promise to God was that I will go and pay the bills of all the children at the pediatric ward of the Bator Catholic Hospital. Oh. So right the first day when I was declared winner and I saw the margin, I met my target, I just went there and paid. I didn't call a Deba and said people should come and make contributions and all of that. So when along the line, personal pledge to God, we have been told that public funds will not be used. A gentleman called Kabila had even gone to the Supreme Court that, look, the president should not be meddling in these religious matters. The Attorney General came to court. If you read the judgment, James Kwabena Bonfe versus the Attorney General, the National Cathedral and all of that, The Attorney General assured the judges that this Kabila is on a frolic of his own. They are not using public funds. That was the assurance they even gave to the eminent juries, the judges. So along the line, when I started intercepting documents, that on our blind side, they are using public funds. They are paying David Ajayi, the architect, hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis.
But there was a fundraiser they got money from.
No, but the documents are intercepted, signed by the Minister for Finance, instructing the Control Accountant General to release funds from the government to account. And so I set out to look into this whole thing. Then I discovered that there's a whole rot. This whole project is a scam.
You call it a scam?
A big scam. Big scam.
The National Cathedral, a promise to God to build.
Oh, God has been deceived. And that's why I say, look, if even people can have the courage to deceive God, you tell God that you are using personal funds, then you go and use taxpayers' money on the blind side of Parliament. Do you think God will bless you? That is how come this project has not been able to go anywhere. Then you look at the people associated to this project. Already, you've had respected clergy like Pastor Otabil. He was the first to leave. Then Bishop Dag Heward-Mills. Bishop Dag Heward-Mills, he was on their website. They were always using him, touting him as part of the board of trustees. Bishop Dag didn't know that when they went to do the incorporation, the registration, they didn't add him. He wasn't part.
He wasn't part of it.
He wasn't part. I discovered that and I put it out there. They deceived him. Can you believe that? Deceived such an eminent man of God. So it's one of the reasons why he resigned. Then he also said that, look, all the decisions that they make at the board is not implemented. Then it appears that there is a cabal somewhere that takes the decisions. For example, Bishop Dag revealed, when you read his resignation letter, that the decision to locate the National Cathedral at the current address where it is, it didn't come from the board.
So they didn't actually ask that judges were...
Yes. They didn't, because they would not have...
But they were there as a board.
So they said that, look, it was just a smoke screen. That's why I call the whole project a scam. It was a grand scheme just to create loot and share. Grand scheme.
Were you surprised that recently Archbishop Duncan Williams and
Reverend Isud Anaba,
yeah.
I wasn't surprised at all. Because
have you reached out to them? Have they reached out to them?
I saw it coming.
You saw it coming?
I saw it coming, yes.
Have you spoken to Archbishop Duncan Williams?
Because...
You're smiling. Have you spoken to him? Today on the show, Okudzeto Ablakwa, and be sincere, you're a Christian, you're a man of God. Have you had a word with him?
Yes, I've spoken to all of them.
All of them, the two men of God?
Yes, Reverend Isud Anaba is my personal pastor, so we talk always. So I can't lie about this.
What did he tell you?
They said, young man, you...
Said you're right?
We should have listened to you earlier. Yeah.
Oh, they said that to you?
Yeah. You saw things that we saw later. And to be fair to them, to be honest with them, they went into this with a very pure heart. I know, I can confirm to you today, that these two, Reverend Isud Anaba, Archbishop Duncan Williams, never took a single
Starr 103.5 FM.
So sometimes when I see people go and say, oh, they should also refund the money, and they're not being fair to them. They were not. I have the records. I have insiders there. Where
do you get your documents from?
They did.
I know you not tell us, but why is this agenda? And also, many have said that you are a loner in this crusade. Are you worried that members of parliament, your colleagues, and all of that, other people are not joining you in this? You sometimes get worried.
Well, I don't worry. I just take it that people want me to just specialize, lead the effort. Others are pursuing other crusades. For example, my colleague Sam George is leading the whole anti-LGBTQ private members bill. Francis Sosu recently was successful with the sanitary part, making sure that even the death penalty is. So we all take up courses, and when you take up a course, what is important is that my colleagues support me. They are cheering me on. They don't do anything to sabotage me. When I come to Parliament, that look, let's file a motion, let's have a probe. They always support me.
Do you have some people on the other side, MPP, who are also with you on this crusade, and maybe silently they tell you or they urge you on?
Definitely. I always say there are good people everywhere. I won't say that everybody in the APP supports this National Cathedral.
Oh, they don't?
Scam. No. There are many. You'll be surprised how many people behind the scenes cheer me on. You'll be surprised. Have you noticed that the last time they put 80 million cedis in the budget, the 2023 budget, it didn't work out? You think that, if people were really committed. You've seen how colleagues who go all out to fight over matters that they believe in. So, look, it is so disgraceful. Look, do you know that so far, the finance minister revealed to us during the vote of censure that a whopping 339 million cedis, that is $58 million, of just our taxes, taxes alone. I'm not adding
$58 million.
Yes, it's what has gone into the construction. Yes. And all we see is a hole, the world's most expensive pit, a crater. That's all we see. $58 million. If you are a very amazing entrepreneur, a good manager, if we give you $58 million, what we will see. Do you know that a lot of these senior pastors said that, look, just with even $40 million,
they can build.
They will erect an edifice. I mean, look at what these people have done on their own.
Maybe they bought materials, they have gotten.
Look what materials. Go to the site.
It's work in progress.
No.
So maybe what they've spent.
1.5 years, no work in progress. Since March of 2021.
Have you been to the site?
I'm always there. My trackers,
you go.
My trackers are there. My gadgets are there. I don't even have to be
maybe
there.
Maybe the pillars are underground. They are bringing it up by the time.
Please.
Now we build
the place is breeding mosquitoes now.
Oh, really?
That's the source of a lot of the malaria we're getting now.
$58 million.
$58 million. And what we are getting is malaria. Breeding of mosquito. That's what we are getting. And this $58 million, I am not adding all the demolitions. Do you know that they demolished judges' bungalows?
Yes.
They demolished the Malian ambassador's residence. As I speak to you, the taxpayer has to cough up millions of dollars. They have now bought land for the Malian ambassador at airport. He's waiting. That is just land alone. He's now waiting.
How much?
He's now waiting for the construction of the building, which was demolished, because it must be replaced. If not, there will be a diplomatic.
So it's all part of the 58 million.
No, it's not part of it. It's not. That is why I say that. Look, so far, actually, what has been spent on this project is far in excess of $100 million, because this $58 million is just the withdrawals for taxes given to Ajayi and then Ribade, the contractors. Do you know that as we speak, there are people in court, like Waterstone Realty Apartment Complex. They had a huge apartment complex employing over 200 people. It was demolished. They haven't been compensated. They are in court. They are demanding judgment debt of over what, $20 million the last time I checked.
But technically, the president has, just to come in, but yes, December, but technically he has a year and maybe some months to go.
Look, this project,
whoever comes should continue, because we've spent money in there.
This project is dead.
It's dead.
It's dead.
National Cathedral is gone.
It's dead. It's gone. Why do you think? Have you seen it anywhere in the 2024
Shouldn't
budget?
the project be handed over to the church fully? Maybe churches in Ghana, without any influence or control of government. Maybe where we're going for the church in Ghana. Do you believe in the project? Should we have a national cathedral?
I wonder how many churches will want to go near this. You see, the deception is too much.
They're all running away.
Yeah, they're all running away because so much deception, the lies, blatant falsehoods, the atrocities. I mean, look at the other chap I exposed, who was calling himself secretary to the board, Reverend Kusi Boatin, or is it Kwabena Edujemfi? I don't know.
No, he's Reverend Kusi Boatin.
You can't be sure.
No, but that's his name. That's Reverend Kusi Boatin.
It's not the only name. The man is a walking miracle.
But you went to court and all of that.
Bola Ray,
the
courts have confirmed. Look, the judge sitting in the human rights court said that, look, even she as a judge cannot tell who is before her, whether it's Reverend Kusi Boatin or Kwabena Edujemfi. You alone, you have 2 dates of birth. You were born twice. You alone, you have 2 mothers. You alone, you have 2 teens. 2 tax identification numbers.
Honorable, wouldn't it be right for you to maybe reach out to him to also get to know the truth, or has he reached out to you? Have you in your investigations?
If he had any truth, he should have brought the truth to court. He should have brought the truth to court. I mean, he set out to create a dual personality. So for Reverend Kusi Boateng, he has the companies, how he operates. When he operates as Kusi Boateng, then as Kwabena Edujemfi, he has different sets of companies.
If the governance processes of the project,
and then he sits on the board as Reverend Kusi Boateng, then pays himself at JNS Talent Center Limited. I mean, see what is going on.
If the governance processes of this project are improved, will you be open to see it completed for national benefit?
This is
like today you are called to serve Mother Ghana, be on this project. We want you to also know that there's transparency.
No, that's not what this project needs. What this project needs is a forensic audit, a full-scale national inquiry. That's what this project needs. We must first, people must cough up a lot.
We need a national inquiry.
We need a national inquiry. That is why I have filed a motion with colleagues in Parliament. And the House has debated and approved that we should have the inquiry. We are just waiting for our MPP colleagues to bring their names, the members of the committee.
You've moved for that?
Yes, we have moved for that. So we are going to have it will be live on television in the coming days.
How soon?
Very soon. Very soon.
Wow.
Yes, in shorts, and yeah. And this is somebody
Nehemiah actually rebuilt the temple. You know, in the Bible, Nehemiah stood up to help build, and Tobias and Sanballat.
You know, the whole thing looks like some Kumawood movie, some cheap Kumawood movie.
You met Carrie Summers.
But yeah, you know,
from the coffee warehouse.
Coffee warehouse, my brother.
Nehemiah Group.
Coffee warehouse. Even the American address they gave us as the National Cathedral office, I went there, they almost locked me up. They say, hey, what do you want here? There is no National Cathedral of Ghana in this building. Yeah, I was almost arrested, my brother. They say, hey, please. I told them, I beg, I'm a member of Parliament. I'm in business, you know. I'm here to see the National Cathedral of Ghana, Washington, D.C. office. They said, please. Look, are you serious? I mean, what are you doing here?
I want to go for a break.
I mean, incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. I mean, so who are we deceiving? I mean, and this is God's project, too. A cathedral for God.
Okay,
I don't know
let's
who
move
is
away
going to go there to
from the National Cathedral. In the run-up to
it's a mess.
The 2008 elections, you raised issues with top government officials at the time, grabbing state lands in the Eswal Kofo, administration. 15 years later, you are making fresh allegations as well about the same phenomenon. What evidence do you have, Honorable Okudzeto?
So, you see, let me be honest with you that I take research seriously. And before I aver, before I allege, before I make any accusation, I make sure I'm on solid ground and I have the evidence. So, yes, you are right that I and my brother, Dr. Manebuama, took the late Jacob Bechebi Lamte to court over his grabbing of his bungalow, which he bought after it had been renovated. And I said that, look, ethically it was wrong. I mean, if our predecessors from Kwame Nkrumah's time, the ministers, were all buying their bungalows, there will be none left. There will have been none left before you, Jake, was appointed. So I went to court that sale should be stopped and that whole phenomena should cease. Unfortunately, all I got was a commendation. The judges commended us for what we did, but said that since he's bought it already, they should allow him to have it. But I am glad that coming into office after that period, we have made sure that that phenomenon, I mean, FM. Throughout the entire 8 years that the NDC was in power, no minister of state was allowed to buy their bungalow.
Oh, so during NDC's time,
yes,
no minister of state.
No minister.
And that's for the record.
Yes, for the record. Oh, yes, for the record.
No minister of state under the NDC administration was
allowed to buy. Yes, nobody. So because of that court case and, the whole, prominence and the national discussion and all of that, at least it has helped. And that is one thing that people, underestimate. You see, when we take up these causes, you are exposing them. There's a national debate and all of that. It puts everybody on the alert, and it helps to sanitize the system. First of all, you yourself, you cannot be seen. I mean, I remember being in government, and many of colleagues, even in the current government, have said that you get a call from Lands Commission or from somewhere, oh, there's this government land, it's going for cheap. If you have principle and you have conscience, things you have opposed, you will not be part of it. So I always tell people that, no, that's your government land. Why? Look, people... Never
bought a government land?
Never. I will never. I cannot. After all the crusades I've mounted, government land and even government cars.
Bungalow, government car.
Government cars. This business of... first of all, I'm opposed to allowing ministers to buy their cars. So it's evaluated cheaply, and then it's wrong. It's not even decent. It's not honorable. Then another thing that we need to cancel in this country: people abroad, they work for many years, many decades, and the tediousness, the strenuous efforts, the perilous jobs that our people do. They money to buy a car, export it here. They are not able to pay duties. Then they say it's been seized by national security. It's auctioned cheap.
You think it's a bad practice?
It's a very, very bad. I've always been opposed to that. And I think that it must stop. It must be cancelled. I don't think there's any blessing in driving those cars. If you are going to auction the car, sell it cheap, why don't you give the people who ordered it the first right? It's only fair. And it's the same political cronies who go for those things. It's wrong.
But you did it under NDC. I mean, why?
Did
you condemn it during your time?
Of course, I did. Yes, I've always been opposed to it. Always been opposed to it. Always been opposed. I mean, if people even Google, they'll notice that there was some time family members even went to the media and took me on because they said they wanted those cars, and I said no, you cannot. I will not lead you to. And they said I should be sacked because of that. So you see, we must have principles. There are some red lines that should not be crossed. So we can
let's
some
talk
honor
about
to public office.
Yes, growing up, and let's get to meet you. Where were you born?
I was born in Kolebu, grew up in Dansoman and Jordan.
Oh, Yoga.
Yeah, few.
You grew up in Accra?
Yes, I grew up in Accra.
So primary school was where?
Primary school Association International
School. That about?
Oh,
wow.
No,
that
really.
B, Association, AIS, good school.
Yes, we are celebrating our 60th.
So you'll be there?
Very, definitely. Very good school. And then Presec.
Okay.
University of Ghana. I noticed you left out in your intro my student leadership position. I've always been in student leadership.
So at Presec, you were...
Yes, I was a trustee of the Greater Accra Regional Students Representative Council.
SRC?
Yes, SRC, yes.
Wow.
With your junior brother.
Yes,
Andrew.
Andrew.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's where I cut my teeth in student
and you were
politics.
In the Scripture Union?
Yes, I combined that. And then I was also president of the Civic Education Club. And then I was in the Debaters Club as well.
You've been a born leader. I mean, you've been there, right? From your teams.
Yes, always been in leadership.
But it was not until University of Ghana that you actually peaked, if I should say.
Yes, because I became president of the National Ghana Students.
That's right.
Before that, even in my first year, I was press secretary of the SRC, which was quite unusual for a first year student to be made a spokesperson of the SRC.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in first year, you were the spokesperson.
Yes.
For the SRC, which is normally for final year students.
Exactly. And I was speaking on behalf of all students, final year.
So University of Ghana, which hall were you in?
I was in Common for I'm a vandal.
A proud vandal.
Proud vandal.
Were you doing observatory special? So you sing the spiritual songs.
Yes.
You do.
I yes.
You know how to sing.
I just make sure that my SU members are not watching.
Exactly, that's what I was just trying to, get to draw the fine line, because you are an SU person, Scripture Union, could feel like they call you, and you are also in the observatory vandal choir, if you want. So you did the profane songs.
Oh, I mean, quietly.
How do you reconcile the two?
Quietly. I mean,
Quietly,
the Bible says, "For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God." You know, so.
Wow, is that why you met your wife on campus?
We met after.
Oh, so on campus you had a girlfriend?
I did exter. My girlfriend was in tech. You know.
Oh, your girlfriend was in tech.
Yes,
but you didn't marry her.
I've done full disclosure.
Oh,
so
you didn't marry her.
Yeah.
What happened? What happened? Were you too serious with academic work or maybe community work?
I think we just grew apart and had a mutual understanding. Yeah. So no, we are still good friends.
Oh, you are still good friends.
No hard feelings.
Your wife doesn't have any issues.
No, not at all.
Oh, so your ex can call you?
Yes, why not? Yeah.
Isn't that a dangerous thing to
No,
welcome?
not at all. Not at all. Once you are transparent, you have done full disclosure.
So you can tell your wife that your ex called?
Yes, I mean, yeah.
Wow. What a lovely home.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's about what is discussed.
Yes,
it's about what
exactly.
is discussed.
So you don't
and if once there are calls you can pick in her presence.
In her presence.
Yeah.
It's fine.
the secret calls that are problematic.
Ever suffered a heartbreak?
Oh, yes. I mean, we've all.
Oh, a girl broke your heart.
We've all. Yeah.
When you were in pre-sec?
No, after.
After.
Yeah.
What happened? What really happened? You dated for how long?
It was. I mean, we were. Should I be revealing that we were?
Yeah, why not?
We were ushers in church.
Hey, these ushers and choristers.
No, but nothing happened. You know, just that.
Also, you were a virgin when you married.
No. I haven't said that. I haven't said that for the record.
No.
But I mean, for my first heartbreak.
It's just for the National Cathedral, so I know how to.
This cross-examination is becoming tough.
You are sweating.
Sweating.
Yes, you are a full AC, but you are sweating. Don't worry. You're not on trial. So how did that happen? Your first heartbreak?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought that we were having a certain understanding. And then only for her to tell me that she has met this vandal.
This vandal?
Yes, and they were dating and all of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So
how did you handle that? I mean, a lady coming to
it was tough.
you chop breakfast.
It was tough. Yeah,
wow, it was tough, eh?
Tough. Yeah. Maureen knows I'll never forgive her.
Oh, she's Maureen.
Yes.
Is she married?
Yes, she is. And I was at her mom's funeral 3 months ago in Kumasi. Yeah.
But you do well. You keep up with your exes. Now I know about 2 or 3.
I like to be transparent about
Very
these
transparent.
things. Yeah.
So you had about 6 before you married.
I didn't say so.
Oh, wow. So what meant more to you as a young man growing up? I know you were in the SRC, you were in student leadership and all of that. We'll come to how you transition. Of course, many said you were with the MPP first before the NDC. Can you clarify that?
No, that's not true. That's not
true.
Accurate. You see, I had friends on both sides because I didn't do TAIN or TESCOM politics. I was always in student politics. And remember that the SRC news constitution, it says we should be apolitical. So I had friends from both sides. I mean, Martin Ejemens, Kosa,
right.
Samuel Okudzeto.
Oh, they were all your mates and
Samuel Okudzeto was my junior actually. Yeah.
Okay.
But we were very good friends. And so same for those on the NDC side. Like Dr. Omanebuama,
Omanebuama was your mate?
Yes, Kanabochi, my senior.
Your senior.
My senior. And Kanabochi, Kelly, the latter, and all of those.
But you aligned with the NDC back on campus, or?
So no, you see, I was very ideological, and that's where I traced my student activism at a very, very tender age. My grandpa exposed me to books from Nkrumah, books from Che Guevara, from Frantz Fanon, the Wretched or the F. So I had become very leftist and very ideological. And I always believed that through activism, through student leadership, we could change.
Is that why you followed Jerry Rollins? Was he inspiration?
Yes, Jerry Rollins. Yeah, definitely. He always inspired me. By his own story. People like Castro, Fidel Castro. People like Sekou Touré.
Che Guevara and all of that, right?
Thomas Sankara.
Okay.
Those are the people that, as a young person, I really looked up to, admired.
Are you radical?
Yes, in my views, and I'm very, I must say that it's difficult to convince me when I've changed my mind, unless, this is a certain superior logic, superior argument, I want to assure people that we are watching, we're still, it's a team, and we're keeping tabs, we're following everything. You have no idea, even the documents we've collected already during this period, even though we are busy with the
So you are coming back with more exposés?
Yes, with a bang. A lot of exposés are coming up.
Wow. What kind of husband are you?
Well, these days they say I'm absentee husband because of the crisis. But I do my best.
Are you romantic?
To be loving,
you said
romantic.
Yes.
Yeah, I do my best.
You do your best. You take the madam out quite often, maybe.
Yes.
What are some of the interesting places? Do you go out for shows, for concerts, for events?
That has become rare these days. We used to do that in the past. But this time it's more walks. We like a private space, private discussions, private dinner.
Wow.
Yeah. She likes flowers, so.
She likes flowers. Yeah, okay. All expense paid, round trip. Bucket lists. Holiday destination. Where will you go? If it's been paid for you, just go out there, have fun. Where will you go?
I'll start with my beloved constituency. You'll be surprised.
Oh, really?
I don't think there's any place like Aveime, like North Tongu.
Wow.
Yeah, I genuinely love the place. Genuinely, there's something serene about it.
This guy is a
That's why
politician.
I'm always there.
Apart from Aveime.
That's why I'm always there.
Apart from Aveime, where will you go?
Seychelles.
Seychelles?
Yeah.
Ever been or is on your
Once.
bucket list?
Once.
Oh, you've been there
Yes,
once.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are you already bald or is a special branding star?
If you know the Okudzetos, you know that it's a hereditary
family
problem. Yeah, we become bald very early.
Very early.
So
it's not the pressure.
I'm glad that my baldness coincided with a new fashion during my generation. So when I saw a lot of people, shaving clean, I said, "Oh, good.
Good. It falls within
it falls within my challenges."
Right. Your challenges, indeed. Well, we have lots of questions coming in, but of course, we'd like to say a very big thank you to MTN. MTN everywhere you go. Well, do you know that MTN Momo, has an app? Yes, MTN Momo has a brand new app specially designed to make your Momo experience easier, convenient, and faster. So just download the Momo app on Play Store or App Store on your smartphone and look out for the blue and yellow icon. It's that simple. Just Momo everywhere you go. And also a very big thank you going out to Haptel. Haptel sometimes, it's not sometimes, they're there for you, and they tell you that sometimes buying your car insurance isn't the problem. It is when you forget to renew it and it gets you into trouble with the police or accident. So instant car insurance is now on Haptel. Get your instant car insurance sticker anytime. No long things, just install the Haptel app, enter your car number for your instant insurance sticker. Haptel is everything you. And a big thank you to Coa Plus Mixture and also to Tabia Takum. Yes, our proud sponsors right here on Starr Chat. We're going for a short break. We'll be right back.
Number. You can even go online at momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh and complete the details for an even better experience.
Hey, Grandma Momo.
Sign up for Momo for Business the easy and simple way. Just visit momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh or dial *5051# and follow the prompts and be on your way to owning a Momo business account today for free. MTN.
Charlie, Chairman is still not here. What at all could be the issue? Calm down. I'm sure he'll be here soon. Oh, guys. Sorry I'm late. Koti bab me for road. Sake of my insurance expire. Some long issue, Charlie.
Chairman Pan. Hey, you make Koti bab you sake of you forget to renew your car insurance when you can get your car insurance sticker instantly on Haptel. And best of all, you can set a reminder to renew. Simple matter. Just install the app, enter your car number, and oh la la, your instant insurance sticker is there.
Oh, really? Make I do am now before I forget. But Edemu, see. Edemu, insurance can Edemu one time. I can even renew it every month. Wow. Charlie. As for this one, today, as usual, the sitting is on me.
Visit hubtel.com/app to download your Hubtel app and set a reminder to renew your car insurance today. Hubtel is everything you.
Tabia takum, wedi a member ye drone no, a me nya hoden, any hoden ye, a ye memedro, and untina berme be here bino, a ye memedro ma berme be a wedding fear do what checo. Be a petty do to Tombia, Anko chemical shops, pharmaceuticals, and herbal shops beer. I will gonna hand beer. And I said, Fraying, I was 0243 686861 and 0245 749206.
FDA just I actually didn't catch you.
I said, Tabia Takum, yes, maybe I
Hey, Ma, the way you're always getting alerts these days, I won't be surprised to hear that you have gotten a Momo for Business account by my next visitor.
Oh, I'm already on Momo for Business. Oh.
Since when?
Since. Now, it's easy to apply for a merchant SIM. All you need is a registered MTN number, your business certificate, your Ghana card, and you are good to go.
Sir.
You think you are the only one who knows what's up, eh? Look, I just dialed *5051#, selected register, and the region I was requesting the SIM from, and waited for my SMS with my reference number. You can even go online at momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh and complete the details for an even better experience.
Hey, Grandma Momo.
Sign up for Momo for Business the easy and simple way. Just visit momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh or dial *5051# and follow the prompts and be on your way to owning a Momo business account today for free. MTN.
Bola Ray. Right, so you're welcome back. My name is Bola Ray. You're on Star Chat, and it's getting interesting. Loads of messages here, Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa, I should say, and we'll be reading a lot of them out. But then Kumasi, we have some exciting news for you. Yes, we are live on Ultimate FM and Kumasi, Asanteman. If you live and work there, we're proud of the Garden City, and that's why Ultimate FM is actually bringing something special out there. Yes, just for you. Well, Denyame, get ready for it. It's the Family Jamboree, the Kumasi Family Jamboree, put together by Ultimate FM. So Friday, the 1st of December, we're all coming through to Kumasi. It is Farmers Day. We're going to be there at the Ridge Park, Denyame. So be there, 15 cities. Be there with a family of 10 and you're paying 100 cedis for it. So it's the Kumasi Family Jamboree, put together by Ultimate FM in Kumasi. Grab your ticket from Ultimate FM. Poku Trading Transport, supermarket, I should say, Poku Trading Supermarket in Edum. And also, you can call 0244-862-154. Grab a ticket from Ultimate FM, Poku Trading, and also you can call 0244-862-154. Kumasi Family Jamboree. Well, moving on to your messages, and Frank Diame says, I don't have any question for him. I just admire him. I don't want this interview to end, but I want to use this opportunity to thank him for the good work he's doing for Mother Ghana. Honorable Okudzeto, thank you. God richly bless him. Ibrahim Fuseni says, his knowledge, Bola, this man is deep. Where did he get his knowledge from? Ibrahim Fuseni, thank you. And Emmanuel Gabi says he's very generous. I've experienced it, Bola, and his colleague MPs from the Volta should follow his footsteps to make NDC attractive. Okay. Nijan says, we're listening to you live, Bola. What a great interview. Patrick Mensah, I want to ask him how he's been able to finance all the projects and the good works in his constituency. We need MPs like that, Bola. Zetel says he's the most loved, hardworking, and reliable MP, hands down. Of all the MPs, he's the number one. Bola, run a poll on your station, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure we'll have a better standard of living if he was the president. God bless you, sir. I pray for long life and good health for you. Your children will not cause you to cry. Your good deeds will open doors for you. You smile and smile again. Tell you what, keep up the good work. That's from Zetiel.
Amen.
Joshua Asa says, I want to know if he's able to do all the good things he does for his constituents when other equal opposition members or MPs can't do same. How is he able to do it? All right, interesting. So we're getting into it, and considering the stakes and the battleground for votes, should John Mahama choose a running mate from the Volta or Ashanti region?
You know that you are asking a very biased person. My everybody knows in the NDC that I am solidly behind my mother, Professor Nana Jenopoko-Ajiman. You know, I served there as a deputy education minister.
So for you, Professor Nana Okudzeto Ablakwa, all the way. So from the central region, Central should get onto the ticket again.
Yes, and I think that as a pair, they did very well. If you look at our history, our political history since 1992, nobody has done so well in a second term, a second attempt. Because if you look at what has been happening, every second term, the ruling party increases their parliamentary margin and they win comfortably. So if you take President Kufuor, 2000 elections, he struggled to win in a second round, but 2004 he won in the first round and he widened the gap. Same in 2012, the gap was wider than it was in 2008 if you look at the Mills Mahama era. But
the big shot, are you nesting presidential ambition?
No, I don't think about it. To be honest with you, I don't think
you
about
don't?
it. I don't. Even if you ask me now, when NDC wins, which ministerial position do you want? No. When Professor Mills appointed me Deputy Information Minister, I wasn't expecting any appointment.
Right.
As student leader, I was victimized when I gained admission to the law faculty after I had passed the exams, passed interview, my name was there.
You were victimized?
I was victimized because they say I led a demonstration as student leader, which turned out to be violent and some properties were destroyed. So I was punished. They prevented me from entering and we went to court, took the university to court. You know, I don't take matters lying down. That's when Professor Mills heard about me and called me. You know, I was there one day, received a call. He said, young man, I'm following your case, very tragic, but, just come and join my campaign.
So that's
I
how you
followed you as Nook's
okay.
president. Yes, that's how I got to be in his youth campaign. And so you see, every misfortune, there is if they didn't do that and all of that, didn't victimize me, Professor Mills wouldn't have reached out to me. And so the promise he made to me then was that, you know what, I mean, let's win and we can get you a scholarship. Because I was a young man, only 28. We win and he says, no, I've changed my mind. You'll be Deputy Minister for Information.
At age 28?
Yes. Wow, probably the youngest in this Fourth Republic.
And
then when I became Deputy Minister for Education too, I didn't know that President Mahama would take me to education.
You didn't discuss that?
No, we didn't discuss it. So now, if you ask me, do I have an eye on any ministerial position?
You don't?
No. I believe that wherever you find yourself, do your best. Okay. Just excel, serve the people very well. And I believe that God rules in the affairs of men. He will take care of tomorrow. He will take you wherever you must be. So it's not about scheming, jostling, positioning. I don't believe in that.
One day at a time.
Exactly.
All right. The owner of St. Michael's Hospital, Mr. Banahene, says that thanks so much for gracing the hospital inauguration.
Beautiful hospital.
That's right. That's in Abekao.
Yes, it's a lovely hospital. I'll recommend it to all our listeners.
Exactly.
It's done a great
he says thank you. That's from Banahene. As we round it all up, there's a talk of a third force or a new force to break the NPP-NDC duopoly. I mean, should this be encouraged to deepen the competitive edge of our democracy?
As a consummate Democrat, I believe in competition. I believe in re-engineering, rediscovery. I don't think that our politics should be the same at all times. So there's nothing wrong about people yearning for a different way of doing things. I will submit strongly that third force, that new way of doing things can be achieved within an existing mainstream political party. So within the NDC, there are some of us, and we hold very, fierce debates within within the NDC. And if you have observed a number of policy measures that President Mahama is putting out, it's very novel, new. For example, S. Gracia, President is saying that, look, you take a second look at it. He thinks that it must go because there's a groundswell of the young people of our country who don't like that. Workers who think that there are two sets of workers, an Article 71, group who are so privileged, and then the rest. So I believe that the yearning for a new way of doing politics, new deliverables, a politics that you can trust, a politics that really meets the hopes and aspirations of the people,
right,
can be achieved internally within the existing parties.
Okay.
And for now, I think that the NDC is a party that has positioned itself. We are rebranding, we are rethinking, we have a reawakening. And I will urge people to listen to our flag bearer carefully.
The new force that is out there with billboards, they should join the NDC.
No, they should all come and join. Yes, they should all join the NDC. Because we have, if you are
involving the youth the more.
Yes, we are involving the youth the more. We are more inclusive. Youth, women, we are all embracing. We have a leader who is very affable, who is very welcoming, who is not arrogant, who doesn't get angry. Look, there are people who even say our leader is too nice. That when you even criticize him, that's when he even draws you closer, So that is good for our country. So there's a lot of agitation out there.
Right.
But you see, let us go for what is realistic, where we can achieve results. Because if we don't do that, the opposition will just split. Because don't forget that sometimes, and I'm a student of political science, sometimes you can even have bad political parties, and it happens in Russia a lot, where the ruling elite will decide to even sponsor other parties, smaller parties, just to divide the front of those who want change. And before you realize, you have all, spread yourselves thin, scattered your energies, and then they remain in power. So I would rather say, let's coalesce. Let's all come together behind former President Mahama, and to the extent that he's now, even with all the polls that we have done recently, many young people are saying that he's speaking their language. This 24-hour economy, focusing on job creation. So are you inviting
Alan Chemantin to come and join?
Yes.
Oh, you are extending an invitation to Alan?
Yes.
To join the NDC?
Yes, I did that openly the first day he resigned from the NPP. I took to X and Facebook and said that we should all come together, whether you are butterfly or coconut or whatever,
or the mask,
or the mask, whatever you are, let's group, coalesce, and then have a formidable, opposition to the current regime, which has really messed up.
It's not time for a mystery question, and please pick it up.
After all your difficult questions.
I have one, last two for you after the mystery question. Though, as you go now, you have to read it out for us, Honorable. Yes, please. What is the question?
Who should be Ghana's first female president? I like this question. Professor Nana Jennifer Kochman. Very easy. Very easy. Very easy.
You should be Ghana's first female president.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Who has been your best performing minister of the Akufo-Addo administration? And be sincere with us. Who has been your best?
Best performing minister.
Yes, minister.
Best performing minister.
To
be honest, is
should that be difficult for you to tell?
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Who has been your best performer?
It's difficult. I'll probably go for Dan Boche. I'll go for Dan Boche. Yeah, I'll go for Dan Boche after a long and hard look.
Who has been your most disappointing minister thus far?
So many of them. So many of them.
Give me two names.
So many of them.
Your most disappointing minister in the Akufo-Addo administration.
So many of them. The sanitation minister, who Cecilia Adapa, is good. She resigned. She should have been fired. Then her successor too, for the statement she made, You know, I don't know what's happening to that sanitation place. You know, as I said in my response to her statements, she really must sanitize her thoughts. To kick people.
Honorable, that is not that is not fair. That's
No.
It's sanitize her thoughts.
Her thoughts, yes, because what she said was bigoted. It was very insensitive, and I told her. I met her in Parliament a couple of days ago. And I told her, when people are down, you know, and
so these two
out,
are your most, or you want to lump them to one?
Don't peddle falsehood.
Right.
Don't peddle falsehood.
The
energy minister too, after adding the recent, you know, untruths in Parliament.
That makes them three.
Three, yes. It's difficult to find any sector that's working. It's difficult. I mean, the health minister, you know, after the Sputnik V scandal, has been very disastrous. The transport minister, I'm very disappointed. The Frontiers deal, then the Ghana airport lands.
You seem to have a problem with every minister.
Which I exposed recently. Because, I mean, I'm carrying out my oversight from where I sit in Parliament, and the things, I'm just scandalized at the things going on.
It's been a wonderful evening, spending some good 2 hours, close to 2 hours with you right here on Starr FM. Many thanks for driving from the constituency straight to Starr FM to be with us. And for allowing us to celebrate you as well. Honorable Okudzeto.
Thank you. Most humble. Thank you very, very much. I've enjoyed this, even though I was sweating at the point. My brother in the U.S. Army says that we should send him some shout-outs. Sifas Ablakwa.
That's right.
He says that another brother of yours was his senior in Accra Academy.
In Accra Academy, yes, Kevin.
How many brothers
4
do you
boys
have?
we are.
Oh, okay.
Strong boys.
Okay, so
that's Kevin Adisi.
Okay, I never met him.
That's
I
right.
met Andrew.
That's
yes,
right.
Okay.
And then there's Ben.
Okay.
As well.
Interesting.
That's
Interesting.
Right.
So we are quite, you know, connected somehow. You know?
But it's been great. How do you relax quickly before we go? And then we'll ask you about your favorite song as well.
I know you say that it's boring and all of that.
What do you do?
I love reading.
Oh, you love reading?
I love reading.
That's how you relax?
Yes.
Actually, your life's a will.
Oh.
You read to relax?
Yes. Do
you enjoy listening to music? Anybody? Do you love the Afrobeat scene?
When I came in, you know, Obrafo.
Oh, you like Obrafo?
I really like
so
Obrafo.
In Ghana, your number one musician will be Obrafo.
Anytime.
Hands down. We'll play you a tune from any of his songs.
Thank you.
Anyone?
Thank you.
Any track?
Anyone is good.
Okay.
Any Obrafo.
Why Obrafo?
I just like, you know, he's deep. He's very deep. He's very deep, very reflective, and it's not very, you know, noisy, and you know, I'm not able to keep up with the current pace, you know.
Oh, but you've heard of Kwame Eugene?
Oh yes,
Sako
yes. Shatawale,
Stoneboy.
Yeah.
But Obrafo stands tall for you.
Yes. I mean,
any day.
Any day.
Right.
I like old school. So.
Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, thank you very much for serving Ghana, and we wish you the very best. God bless you richly, and keep up the good work. And also the people of Mepe extend, you know, our warm regards, and we say to them that it is well.
Thank you. Amen. Well. Amen. And let me thank all Ghanaians. I mean, celebrities, business people, you know, doctors, nurses, philanthropists. Ghanaians have really shown us a lot of love, and what they have exhibited, we are eternally indebted to them. We will never forget. We thank all of them.
We thank you too. And it's been a wonderful evening. Many thanks to the team. Production team is the best production team I have. Oh yes. Thank you very much, executive producer Santok Singh, and of course producer par excellence Francis Aban. Thank you, and the whole team, man. We love you. My name is Kwabena Anochia. This is Bola Ray. God bless all of us. Good evening, Ghana.
Do the right thing. Be at the right place. The right time. I say me the can. Raps off for me. Who am I can't